On in. We live on a Sunday. Let me get rid of this gun. I shouldn't be littering. I wasn't littering. What's going on? Come on in. About to talk that talk on this one. About to talk about these artists and these promoters. And when I say artists and promoters, I'm talking about, we can't be talking about I guess we can talk about the A-listers too though. But I'm talking about all these different artists and these concerts that keep going on. When they ain't bringing it, I mean, let's just talk about it. They is not bringing it. I'm about to go in today. Let me let about 2 minutes come on and just go. Let YouTube send out some of these alerts to the people that they think is interested in this type of content. And I'm going to get into a poem or two. Just be sure to make it to the end of the video. To be honest with you, I don't know how long this one might go. But I'm about to talk that talk though, because we gotta get back to hold these promoters and these artists accountable. They making all this money. And I don't want to sound like the mad rapper on this whole video. Don't call me the mad poet. But I'm about to spill it though. I'm about to talk it. Because somebody gotta say it, because it's getting too lazy out here with this entertainment. Because first of all, it's too lucrative. And there's too much out here. It's already oversaturated. We've been through that for about the last 20 years. It's been oversaturated. It ain't no gatekeepers to none of this stuff. It ain't, because you got internet. You got stuff like this. You got YouTube. You got Facebook. You got Instagram. You got TikTok. So anybody can do what they want to do at will. So that's not the beef with this. The thing is, matter of fact, that's half the battle, because social media done fucked it up. It didn't mess it up to where the views and the numbers on all the things that you think is popular, we equating it to talent. That's what's fucking everything up. But I'm going to start off on this though, because I even started to have notes for this video. I hope I can think of most of the stuff I want to talk about, because I definitely hate when one of my videos go off, and then when I think to myself like, damn, I didn't even talk about that, and that would have went perfect with the topic or the subject. I hate when I do that. But anyway, we're going to start off by talking about a lot of these older artists. And when I say older artists, I mean like the ones that, let's just face it. A lot of these videos, they be putting together concerts and shows, which is smart on one hand, of people that they know you're familiar with. They know that you know these people already. So let's just start at the beginning of this shit. When you hear about the concert or you hear about the show, usually when you hear it, they're going to play a song that you're familiar with. So that's one little tick they got you with already. You're going to be driving and you're going to hear about such and such coming to town. We got the Stylistics coming. You know what I'm saying? They're going to play a little snippet of Bet You By Golly Wild in the background to make you, instantly that quick just think about, oh yeah, that's them. Yeah, the Stylistics coming. Boom, boom, boom. And then, it's going to be furnished up with a couple of other artists, and they still play that old song. Of course, it's the song that you know that you're going to connect with. It's a quick connection already. So boom, they got you. But the thing is, okay, let's just use the Stylistics for a perfect example. Fuck it, we right here. So say for instance, they're going to say, we got the Stylistics coming this Friday. Get your tickets. Bet you by golly, wow. You hear that in the background. So you're like, oh, that's the shit. And then they got a couple other groups coming with it. They play their song. It could be Guy or whoever. Or, you know how the formula go. It could be whatever the show is. And they play the songs that you're familiar with. But when you get to that show, trust me. First of all, the song, then they're 30 years old. You don't know who gonna be up there singing that damn song. Off top, I can't think of all the Stylistics, all the singers. This off top, I can't think of all the singers. But they all not alive. It'd be good if they was, but even if they is alive, they can't sing that shit just like how it is on that song. So give it a little bit granted. We be like, okay, we let a little bit of that slide. So we'll be like, okay, well, I get it. It's the artist. I know it's their song. I still have memories of that song. So, but like I say again, when you get there though, ain't no telling who gonna be up there singing that. They have a fucking 30-year-old up there singing that song. It's about the lead vocals. Some of these artists. I mean, there's so many people and things we can piggyback on, or people we can bring up. So many people be using names. This person here might own the name of the group, but the main person ain't in the group. So then you going out to see them and you thinking they gonna be there and they ain't even there. As a matter of fact, thinking of that, shout out to Tony. They finally getting together and doing a fucking reunion. I'm gonna catch that show when they come, because this time, all of us know that Raphael Sadiq is the one that said it. Okay, it's gonna be all of us. I mean, how many times y'all done got juked? They almost got me one time, but they ain't get me. Fuck that. How many times y'all have been juked by seeing Tony is coming, and on the radio they playing It Never Rains in Southern California, or they playing the song Anniversary, and every time you go there or went there, I mean, it's for the average person, but before it's real heads, we already knew that Raphael Sadiq left the group and went touring with him. I mean, if you're a real fan, some of us know or knew. But a lot of people get fooled by that shit. They still be going to these shows. They be thinking, okay, damn, I thought he was going to be there. Such and such going to be there. Like here in Detroit last night, Escape was here. I didn't go to the concert, but I piggybacked off a lot of feedback of the show. And that was kind of one of the influences that made me make this video today, because I just be seeing so many different people. I mean, just consumers. I mean, we get the short end of the stick just so much. I mean, if you're a real student, if you ain't no real student of music, this video ain't for you. Just go and cut this shit off. I don't know if you came in looking for something messy or just wanted some bullshit. This ain't for you. This is for real, straight up music lovers and people who love entertainment, and who's real concert goers, and people who spend their hard-earned money and want to go see a show. I'm one of them people. Even though I'm an artist myself, I still just study the talent of music and artists and people up there. When I go to a concert, I listen for the sound. I understand where I'm standing at and how the sound should be bouncing off my ears, and how I should hear certain vocals and shit. And I mean, we supposed to hear the clarity of the vocals. The beat ain't supposed to be that loud, even at the rap concerts. All this shit, man. I pay attention to all that shit. I mean, I'm a real connoisseur of just music and entertainment, and it's so many of us that's getting the short end of the stick and don't even know it. I mean, there's so many people that just go on to concerts just to say that they went. And it's so crazy, because I'm from Detroit. I know how this shit go. I know how Detroiters are. They just go into the concert just to say that they went to take some pictures and shit like that. They don't even give a fuck about. And what's so crazy, the promoters know that shit. These promoters who be putting together these shows, man, they be knowing that shit. They be like, man, bring that shit to Detroit. Somebody gonna come. Them names, they put all the names up there. Everybody ain't gonna show up. Put the names up there, run the show, run the advertisement. They gonna come out. Detroit is gonna come out. They know it. They know we just want to dress up, take some pictures, say we went. That's what most Detroiters want to do. And I'm pretty sure it's like that in a lot of other cities too, because people just want to be out. I get it. But for the people who really want to be entertained, we get the short end of the stick. Again, the sound system don't be right. Just because this person might perform just because you might do one sound check at the beginning of the whole show, that don't mean the sound check is just good for everybody on the whole fucking ticket of the show. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's even if I was at a show. If Busta Rhymes performed before me and he talked like this and he loud and, and he at this octave or whatever, and I come on, I'm more monotone and I'm talking about what I'm talking about, Don't have them levels up at that same little peak and all that. Or if I go on before him and my shit high as hell because I talk Lord or whatever. All that shit should be studied, man. These conscious, man, these promoters, they don't care about that shit, man. They be like, they coming out, make sure that bar over there is full because they coming to drink. They take us for granted. They definitely take y'all for granted because they be like, they drunk, they high, let them do what they do, let them hear the songs. They in the moment, thinking it's a good concert. They ain't even, and the artists be knowing that shit too. That shit be sad looking at some of y'all videos and I be seeing how y'all at a show and y'all the ones singing a song and this lazy motherfucker up here and got paid to do a show and it be some of the highest notes or the best part of the song. They ain't even singing that shit. They up there holding the mic out to y'all to sing the shit and y'all singing the song and y'all done paid y'all money. Y'all just want to hold the phone and sing the song, but y'all done paid money for them and they got the easiest job. They just up there just letting the beat play and holding the microphone to y'all out to the crowd and making y'all sing the damn song. Y'all ain't even noticing that they getting away with not even barely even singing the song and singing the vocals. Do y'all see this shit? I mean, do y'all even just pay attention? I mean what? I mean, is the moment really that pure to where we just like, fuck it, let's just go. I mean, they're not even singing to y'all even more. They got the audacity to not even sing some of the vocals. Next time you go to a show or a concert, watch, see if they can hold them notes. See if they bag up off of it. See if they make y'all sing it and see if they just skip so much and all this. Man, let me kind of... The shit's sad, but it's funny also. That's why it's so many details that's running through my mind that I want to talk about. So let me calm down a little bit. Because there's so many details I want to get into. And there's so many things I could just say. I mean, just think about when y'all go to these shows, how sloppy they be. I mean, you got the okay, let's go over to the rap side of it. Let's go over to the rap side of it. We can talk about that for a minute. Should be lazy as fuck, man. Should be sad as fuck, man, just seeing them rappers up here. Not to mention the ones that be rapping over the song and shit. Now that's just pure laziness. If you go to a rap concert and show and they up there, they got the audio playing in the back, and they just up there just rapping to it without saying they true vocals up front. That's some lazy ass shit. I'm talking about they got the straight up track just playing that you could play in your car, but they up there holding the mic rapping over that. Think about how you getting cheated. Just because you see the actual person up there, that don't cause for showmanship. They don't cause for a show. You getting cheated and fucked over because this rapper is up here rapping over the beat, rapping over the song, saying a couple of words. And most of the time, the rapper, they drunk or they high when they up there performing for you. So that's why they want that backup up there for when they lose their breath after walking back and forth so many times. They want that backup because some of them don't even be remembering the vocals of their own songs. So you got that. So they had that up there for backup, even though some will have a hype man. But dog, you that lazy, you can't even remember your raps, you can't even remember your rhymes to be able to just have the instrumental playing and just to rap your shit and know where to beat at. You don't know where to beat at in your song to jump in and start rapping and when to stop. I mean, just look at that shit. I mean, I be in the crowd, I be looking at this shit. And I try not to go to a lot of that shit. I mean, sometimes, don't get me wrong, I just go for just the moment of being out. And I try to stop that. There's a lot of shows that I don't go to because I know like that's not going to be a show. I know that that's not going to be a show. I know it's going to be some lazy ass rappers up there just talking some shit and just caught up in the moment, high as hell, knowing the crowd high as hell. Just because it's a lot of people in the show and the music is loud and there's a lot of people in there and then there's smoke going, there's drinks going, it's flowing. That don't cause or make for a good show. That don't make for a good concert. That ain't shit. That don't mean this. That don't mean, oh, we having the fucking time of our life. This is pure entertainment. Oh man. And think about like when a song stop. Okay, say when a performer or it's a rapper. Say when a rapper do a song and he's finished. I mean, cause first of all, more than likely they're only gonna do like maybe a verse and a half of that song. Think about when they stop and how they just always just hit that one little moment to when they be like, I mean, they even just tell the DJ. It's like sometimes even the rappers and the DJs don't even be in sync. If you really just be watching. I mean, I watch all that shit. They don't even be in sync. They'll just stop or have to tell them to stop. So the DJ stop the song. And then they get to walking around by the DJ. They'll let that marinate. Then they trying to communicate and say like, okay, what song to do next? So the DJ trying to laptop that song up. I mean, think about all that dead air and space that's going in between when they just stop it and, you know, converting over to the next song. I mean, don't too many of these rappers think of just the whole. Y'all don't think, okay, let's just make a whole fucking just playlist of how we just gonna go through this shit and rock. I mean, y'all don't get that. I mean, let's have straight up. I mean, at least like 4 songs in a row. Like nigga, no stop and let's go. Let's do 2 minutes of each of these songs back to back to back and just go crazy. You know how much energy it'd be in the room of a concert if an artist just did that without just stopping and just saying like, okay, well, bringing the crowd all the way back down here and just loading up to the next song. Do you know how much adrenaline will be in the artist? Now, it's have been artists that did this. That's how I know. And most of the time when an artist will do something like that, it's from a performer who really like care about the music, care about the song. Somebody like I can think of a couple concerts I went to. For instance, somebody like the Neptunes or Common. It's certain people out there, or the Roots. It's certain people who really care about the straight up showmanship of the show. It ain't all of that. Let's just stop and load back up and let's try to get it back up to here and let it breathe and all. Nah, let that bitch rock. Let them songs go. Let about 4 songs go on a roll. Now, you know how much adrenaline will be in that room? People will lose their cool. It's a difference. It's a different type of energy that's supposed to be at these concerts. No matter what type of music you make, or no matter how even laid back your shit is, let that next song just pop on. Don't load up to it and talk about it before. Fuck all that. Let that beat come on and keep on going and rock that shit. You'll get so. And for y'all artists, if any artists out there who come across this video, try that shit. Watch how the next time your show it's gonna be a repetition of just energy just going. It's a different type of respect. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're gonna have to have your wind up to pull this shit off. But that's why I say it ain't even gotta be that many minutes though. You ain't gotta do the whole song. It's kind of like how when a DJ, and to be honest with you, I'm starting to hate when a DJ do that shit. I hate to sound like this, and I hate to even use that word. But you ever notice how these DJs now is cutting off the song so quick as soon as you about to get into it? Like this song can come on. They want to play so many songs, but if you a DJ, how's we gonna find our groove? You only playing 10 seconds of this song, but you want to switch to this song already. No, don't do that. But I'm converting this over to the artist. The artist should be the ones doing stuff like that at a concert. If you know you got all these songs and you can't do all these songs, make a medley. That's the word I'm looking for. Make a medley of that shit. Keep that shit going. KRS-One used to do stuff like that. That beat to be on that. If Jimmy playing, next thing you know the bridge is over, gonna come on. That's the whole point. That's when you get that. You can get that if you performing like that and making melodies because you catching people off guard. People is in the moment. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear all that talking. We don't want to hear all that about the. No, we not hit. Come on, man. Get that shit going, man. They cheating us. They cheating us. They up here talking shit and letting the songs just play in the background, stopping, catching it, letting us sing it, let y'all sing it. Frankie Beverly and Maze been on tour for how many fucking years? No disrespect to him, no disrespect, but it is disrespect. But y'all know he can't sing the motherfucking songs no more, man. Y'all know he can't sing that shit no more. You go to all these concerts, man, the crowd singing all that shit. That's the easy job in the world. But I don't fault him though. You know why I don't fault him? Because y'all the ones still going. Just to say, Frankie Beverly coming. Frankie Beverly, man, he's coming. You at the concert singing all them damn songs. You singing every fucking song. Frankie Beverly ain't sung, carried a fucking note in probably damn 20 years. Motherfucker sold out the whole show. He got the easiest job in the world. That's why I ain't even mad at him. Because y'all gonna steady keep going. Just to say, it's an experience now. It got to a point, it's just an experience. Now, Frankie Beverly, okay, you gotta see Frankie Beverly. Just imagine seeing him in his prime when he could have sung that shit. Or when he was singing that shit. That shit probably sounded so astounding. And then not to mention, they was caring about the sound system back then. Right now, they don't give a fuck. Let that shit go. The promoters, they know this shit. They like, just get some familiar names. That's all the promoters want to do. Get some familiar names, advertise that shit, so people gonna come. But it's time, man. Especially here in Detroit, man. I'm tired of it. And it's about to be summertime. Shade Park, the Riri, that motherfucker be gone. They about to get it popping, and I know people just go there just to hang out. I get it. But some of us really want to see a show. Have that sound system right. Have that mic check. Do that mic check. Turn that shit up or down. However it's supposed to be for us to hear the vocals crystal clear. And it's a difference when you outside and when you inside. That shit supposed to sound different. To be honest with you, sometimes when I be outside the Riri, now this for my Detroiters. Sometimes when I be outside the Riri, the shit be sounding better to me as I'm walking up to the arena. Then when I get in the arena, how is the sound bouncing off like that better outside the building than when you be inside of it? Next time, this for all my Detroiters. This is something local people can relate to. Next time you go down to the Riri this summer, especially if you running late or if you just hanging out outside, you ever notice how better that shit be sounding? Like when you close to the arena, then it kind of sound a little crispier and better when you walking up to it outside than how it sound when you get inside there. It's crazy. But it's only certain people that they're gonna pay for the top-notch sound quality people. But the average person, they don't know that they're getting cheated, man. They don't know. They just high, they just drunk. Again, they just want to say that they went and say they was down there. They ain't even knowing that it was some intern up there playing with the sound all fucking day trying to get it right. They just turn everything up. That's all. That's how some of these they just turn everything up. Turn it up. The louder the better. They drunk, they high, they don't care. The louder the better. It don't value. We got to get to the point, man, where we hold these artists accountable. These artists need to start doing rehearsals. That was part of, I want to say that was part of that should have been at least something in the A&R department too. if it wasn't back in the day. And I'm pretty sure have rehearsals. Even if you is a rapper, rehearse your shit. I'm a poet. I be rehearsing my poems before I go. Some of my shit be more entertaining than some of these rappers, and my shit is slower than some of these rappers. But when I go on stage and perform this shit, I come with a little bit more back and forth and up and down, you know what I'm saying? More segue to my shit. It's promoter telling me at one of my shows as a poet, I get 4 poems. I'm gonna make a transition within it. And this even without music. This even without music at my shows. I'm knowing I gotta hold the attention of these different people or what poem to do first to ease into this one and exit out on this one. I mean, and this is coming from a poet. And I'm thinking about shit like this. How is you artists not thinking about this? Y'all just thinking, okay, let's just do the radio song. Just make sure we do that one radio song. They making sure they do this. And they be having the audacity just to short them sometime. And here's another thing about artists I don't understand. I mean, for the fucking life of me, I don't understand this shit. And I haven't understood this shit for years. If you an artist and you coming in concert, I mean, just walk with me as I say this. Listen to me. Listen to me. This is important. If you an artist and you know you about to be a concert and people coming out to see you, why the fuck is you always doing the radio songs? Obviously, I fuck with you enough to spend my money to come see you. I mean, don't get me wrong, at least throw that song in, at least 1 or 2 of them. But digging the crates at your shit. I don't wanna keep hearing the fucking radio song every time. You know how much time that's taking up of? We know that song. It's cool if you do that. It's cool if you do that song maybe first. As a matter of fact, if I was an artist, that's what I'd do. I'd do them songs first. I'd get that shit out the way. Especially if I got a couple of hits that's real, real big. I'd do them joints first and last. I'd split that shit up. I'd do one of my biggest songs first. And then I'd do some fill-in songs. If I pay my money, obviously I know some of your other songs if I'm coming to see you. I don't want to keep hearing the radio songs. I don't want to hear the mega hits all the time. We don't want to hear the mega hits all the time. That's why Jay-Z and some of these other artists, they just said, fuck, I'm just going to do a straight up B-sides concert. And look how that shit just still sold like that. And that shit is still good. Now, if you're an artist who got that many songs and people fuck with you like that, that's good. You can do that and pull that off. You can do a whole concert with just B-side songs. I want Too Short to do like a B-side song because he got so many songs I just fuck with, and I just love to just see him doing other songs. Or even Ice Cube, you know what I'm saying? I love to see Ice Cube do a B-sides concert. It's a lot of different artists. E40. I mean, and these are artists who don't even just have this super out the gate showmanship. So just think if it was a Tribe Called Quest was able to do a B-sides or some of these other artists. I'm trying to think of some people on top of my head. I know it's some people I'm forgetting. You know, I'm in the moment talking, but just think if it was a lot of different artists that just did songs that we don't hear on the radio all the time. Like I say, I split that shit up. I come straight out the gate doing one of my biggest hits. Like, let's get this shit out the way. Now we about to do some of these fill-in songs that was pretty dope that either y'all fuck with or y'all don't, but we gonna keep the show going. We gonna keep it rocking. If you a fan of mine, obviously you know other songs of mine. Then. I mean, why is the artist always doing the same fucking songs every time? Switch that shit up. Again, you're cheating the fans. I mean, how many times you wanted to go to I can't even think of nobody. How many times you want to go to a Run DMC concert? Like, I want to hear Daryl and Joe if I go to their Run DMC concert. I don't want to hear King of Rock a motherfucking time. I want to hear Daryl and Joe. I want to hear Hollis Groove. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear something different, you know? Switch that shit up. I mean, it's just, man, I tell you. I mean, a lot of people do not know how much they getting cheated. I mean, all the way from the All the way from the singers to the rappers to the comedians. I ain't talking about the comedians. Oh my God. Oh my God. I be going to a lot of these comedy shows. I go. A lot of them. Now they get away with it a lot too. A lot of them is not bringing it at all. I say a lot of them comedians, they're not bringing it. They'll have this. But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Here's the thing. The promoters, they don't give a fuck about nothing. And I slightly get it. They don't give a fuck about nothing but filling up the seats. I get it. But at the end of the day, when the show is over and you got all these TikTokers up here and you got all these people with all these Instagram followers, they can't bring that shit at no show. They might get some people up in there, but when that show is over, I mean, what jokes did you remember? What jokes did you remember? I mean, what's got me laughing out loud? I mean, for real. They can't do them fucking skits on stage. I mean, but they living off the name because they know, like, okay, well, all right, they got 200,000 followers, 1 million followers just because of these skits. Okay, we about to put them on this ticket, do this show. People going out to see them. They going out for, I mean, what you think you about to, when they be on YouTube or when they be on Instagram, they not standing up doing jokes. That's another thing too. A lot of these people be so, a lot of these comedians and stuff, they'll tell you all this shit about this, that, and never just everything that's this is popping off and going on. But how often is they gonna just show you when they on stage really doing that shit? Now I do slightly understand that you don't want to show your whole routine because some people steal jokes and stuff like that. I get that. You don't want to show a whole bit on stage. I get that. Because some people out there probably will run with your shit or take your shit. But it's a lot of them. They'll be living off the name, but they not about to show you that when they was on stage that they fucking bombed and they ain't really do that good. They're not about to put that online and to show you that it was crickets in that motherfucker when they was on stage. They'll show you some pictures standing outside or whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, the show it is. But they're not about to show you footage of them performing because they know that shit wasn't hitting like that. They're not about to show you that shit. That's the part that's the part they're going to leave out. They're not going to show you that when they did the show, they didn't bring it. You know what I'm saying? They'll show you some outside little pictures or something, or they'll be dressed up or whatever. Of course they're going to be dressed up. It's your fucking show. Of course you'll be dressed up or you might look a certain way and all that. And it happened. But they ain't about to show the response that was in that show and you didn't bring it. So moving on. And that's another thing too. Damn, I had another train of thought I was about to hit. It was some with the performers. Damn, I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, it'll come to me. That's what crazy probably will come to me later. But man, I didn't even do that. I didn't even do no poem yet. But man, I just wanted to just get on here and just talk that shit, man. Y'all, I mean, this coming from an artist / consumer. Like I say, I'm a student. I watch. That's why I go to these shows, because I watch. It's so fucked up how a lot of these people, they really making it easier. These comedians, these rappers, y'all really making it easier on one end for some of us to slide through, because once we do slide through, people gonna value real entertainment. And when I say value it, when certain people do make it, even if it ain't me, if it's somebody from that caliber that really care about the being authentic and giving you a show and giving you some type of interaction, something to fucking feel inside after you leave it. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be doing the simplest thing, but if you leave somebody with a feeling, that's different. Like, it's like no matter how high or how drunk that person is, if you touch an emotion, you got them. They'll be back for the next show, or they'll remember you. You know what I'm saying? I love doing that shit. I love sneaking up and popping up at a show when when a motherfucker think that, okay, well, this is such and such show, and boom, 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 and they thinking that everybody is here for them, and you just come in and you tilt the whole fucking show. I did it. I done synced it. I done been on some shows and they be like, you was better than the one that's on the flyer. I done did it. I done been at some shows and did it. And they'll be like, I'm talking about this one coming from strangers. And they'll be like, okay, I don't know you, but you dope, or you this. Like, man, you was better than. I done did it. That's why at the end of the day, it's only so long certain people are gonna be able to just hold on to popularity. It's like I said, with the singing, with a lot of these shows, you got all these old ass people who still ain't even in the group. You know what I'm saying? You got all these names of all these R&B groups that's ring a bell, but when you get there, it's feelings. I mean, how many times? I mean, who's even still alive in the Temptations? Who was it? Dennis Edwards? I mean, he's not an original, but I'm trying to just think. Like I said again, when I'm coming across these things, I ain't trying to just come with this blankly just disrespect. But you know all the Temptations is not alive. And you know when you go in there and seeing somebody sing this shit, you know it's somebody's son or somebody's nephew up there. You know what I'm saying? You know it ain't. I mean, you know what it is. And you know they can't hit these. I mean, even right now, and this one of the greatest group, especially in my time, this fucking New Edition. Even it's starting to decline just a little bit. I hate to say it, but it's happening. We know they can't move and hit that shit like they used to. But it's an experience just to still say, okay, it's New Edition. You know Bobby can't spin and move that shit. He even started becoming the butt of the jokes a little bit. It's coming out. But they still gonna just milk it as much as they can. They're like, we're gonna keep doing this shit. That's when the lights and shit come on a little bit more. A lot of people in the audience don't even be noticing that. It's a distraction. That's why they got the flare or the fire coming out the stage or the certain sparks and shit for you not to catch that certain people that's about to be out of sync for certain things. Or if you see a certain amount of people moving real fast and doing routines and shit that it kind of distract you to make you think like, okay, it's a lot going on, but it's really not. That's why, I mean, it's all done by design, but it's on one end, it's actually kind of smart by design because it's there to take your mind off the vocals a little bit because you gotta throw it a little bit of time. That's why they got the background dancer. That's why Charlie Wilson got about 10 people on stage dancing. It's for the distraction, like, don't watch me, because I ain't got all the moves no more. Let me catch these notes. But he's one of the good ones that's, had a whole resurge and came back and put on a good show. So when I'm throwing Charlie in this is not no type of disrespect. I'm just trying to show the different dynamics or the aspects of how you can do it and get away with it, because a person like him, because like he's not on drugs and stuff anymore, and he go work out, so he can hold the note a little bit longer than some of these other artists, and he stay on the road, so he's working out. But that's why he's going to have all these different people on stage and the lights flare and stuff like that. Because when you're looking at it, you want to experience something, and you got to just not focus on one thing. So it's a good distraction. I put it that way. But it's so much that could go on into this shit, man. Man, for real. I just want to say, man, these promoters, these artists, I ain't gonna say all, but most of them, they do not value nothing but your money. That's why I be going to fucking jazz shows, dog. I can't even lie. I'm hip hop to the core, and I love hip hop. But at this stage of my life, man, I be going relaxing at jazz shows and shit, man. I just go hit them instruments and shit. And now I watch them, man. I go see people like Mason and shit like that. I be going to see R&B, man. That shit be so chill. People who just value singing and value the art, and people who not overrated to where the expectation is up here. You know what I'm saying? because the overratedness is going too fucking far. Because it's a money grab. All this shit is a money grab. And it's like, who's going to be the smart one? Who's going to be the one to speak up? Who is going to be the one to say, like, okay, well, that show was some bullshit. And tell the next city, like, man, don't even go fuck with that shit, man. That show ain't shit, man. Like, man, that artist ain't shit. Like, I didn't sync them. Like, who's going to be the one to say, like, see, it's kind of hard for me because I am an artist. And especially coming up in this game, it's supposed to be a type of, how can I say, I don't want to say a brotherhood or a sisterhood. It kind of is, but some people you just don't want to be associated with it. If they ain't bringing it, man, I don't want to be associated with you. I don't want to be around it. I don't want to be in a ticket. Or unless I'm going on that ticket and I wouldn't even like own a ticket and I'm just going there just to pop up and steal some fans. I do that shit in a minute, dog. The secret's out. I'm popping up. I want to steal some fans. I don't give a fuck. I don't really care if I didn't bring them. But if I know people gonna be up in there and they think such and such is the shit, I'm coming up in there, dog. I'm coming up in there. They might not come for me, but when they leave, that's what they gonna talk about. They'll be like, man, that's a dude up there rap talking. That nigga sweet, dog. That's what I'm coming for. I leave with some fans. That's what I do. Fuck that. What is we saying? What is we doing? It should be some competition up in this shit. How they say iron sharpens iron. Some of these people do need to be held accountable, especially if you in the industry to be in the long term and make money. If it ain't just no quick grab for you, and if your shit ain't popping, or I say even if my shit ain't popping, if I know I ain't bring it that day, I'm gonna go back to the lab and readjust and say like, okay, well, damn, this poem or such and such don't work for this type of audience. Maybe I shouldn't even come with that next time I step up in this joint, because I know that this crowd is a little bit stiffer and classier. Even though sometimes it do be fun to make it a challenge just to see if you can just break that ice with certain spots you go to. I mean, it's all a study, but just don't be afraid to switch that shit. And you artists should know that shit. Y'all shouldn't be singing. Y'all shouldn't be singing and rapping over y'all vocals. And some of y'all singers don't even be realized. Sometimes y'all background singers be out singing y'all. I'd have been to some shows to sing that shit too. I'd have been to some shows off the water or such and such at the Fox or wherever, and I'd be like, God damn, that one background singer right there, old girl, she's singing the shit out these songs. Like, and let me go on and say it. And I ain't trying to body shame or nothing, but some of them, they do get background like that. They'll be that good, but they just don't have that look. It's sad to say it. It happens a lot, and they might not never just make it to the front and have they stuff. Even though times have changed and all that, but sometimes they back there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They can sing real good and back up the song, but they don't have that emotion and that just look for the front. And I get it. I mean, it's so much come with all this shit, y'all, and I'm just up here just kicking it. Because a lot of things just racing and I'm thinking about it, about how music and how just entertaining and the value of it and how people just come so far away from just the whole vocal point of entertainment. I mean, the word entertainment, I'm talking about going up there and it really being a study. It's really being a science to the shit to where, I mean, no matter what you do, because I don't play no instruments, but I know if I'm doing poetry, I'm not about to stand in just one spot and just speak every word into the microphone and just not move or nothing. Because I'm not even a slam poet. That's why I don't even fuck with no competitions, nothing like that, because I'm not one of them old animated old slam. And, you know, it's a certain energy that comes with a slam. A lot of people ask me that. They'll tell me, like, okay, it's a slam going on. Such as this. I'm like, that ain't me, dog. I know my lane. But if I do perform, and when I do perform, it's still going to be a different energy that's on that stage that I have to bring to that stage. It's a different type of energy that I have to bring. Even if I'm saying these words, no matter how vocal it is, like I say, even if it don't even got a beat, it's a certain way that I'm going to give you this type of delivery to make you say like, okay, well, damn, that was, okay, I see you. I mean, no matter how you feel about it or what was said, it's gonna be some type of level of a respect. They be like, okay, damn, he a poet. It is poetry, but it kind of feel like this, or it's kind of over here, but it's you know, just put it all on the floor when you're on that stage. Again, man, it's so much. Man, it's so much. But y'all be getting cheated, man, and I just want to share with y'all. So take that shit to the lab. It's for you artists and for you consumers. For all my consumers out there, when y'all go to these shows, look, man, we're gonna have to start writing reviews. We're gonna have to start saying like, man, that show ain't shit. We're gonna have to start doing it, cause that's the only way they're gonna step it. That's the only way these artists are gonna start stepping it up. They keep going city to city making money, living off old ass songs and just having a name back from the 80s and all this shit. And we just going just because we just drunk and high and the music loud and caught up in the moment. Man, got me fucked up, dog. I'm gonna get with y'all though, man. I was gonna give y'all a poem, but it is what it is. I'll get with y'all next time, man. I can't say this poetry and conversation because I ain't kicking no poetry. This just was a video. Y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Y'all flick this video to somebody, pass it to somebody, share it in one of y'all Facebook groups or whatever. Start some conversation about it. Start some type of dialogue. Just build off of it. Man, it's so much. I already know later on today I'm gonna be just thinking like, damn, it was something I should have just brought up and said, but it is what it is, man. I got some things to do, man. I'm about to go step up in this networking event, see what's up in here and kick it and talk my shit. I'll get with y'all in a minute though, man. Rap talk. It's starting to rain out here too. Y'all hear that shit? I just I got a peek of this shit. You hear this shit? It's about to start raining. About to start raining. It never rains in. Yo, we ain't in Cali, but I get with y'all in a minute though, man. Rap talk, man. We building, man. We building a community over here, man. Share the fucking video, man. Quit playing, man. Rap talk. I get with y'all in a minute.